Hello guys, this is Ms. Juarez again with today's lesson. Today's objective will be, we will know how to compare in order to the thousands place. We will understand how to compare and order decimals using symbols greater, less, or equal to. And we will be able to represent, compare, and discuss how to compare decimal sentences with a partner. Okay, you will need your pencil and your journal. Okay guys, here we have our journal. So let's open it to our blank page. On last lessons, we were comparing decimals using the place value chart. So today we're doing another strategy for comparing decimals, but this time it will not be the place value chart. It will be a different strategy. So again, you're still doing 5.2b. We're still comparing decimals and we're trying to figure out greatest to least or least to greatest using our symbols, greater, less, or equal to, right? Okay, so our title will be ordering decimals on a number line. So this time we're going to compare decimals, and our strategy will actually be the number line. So a lot of you used to use the number line for rounding or to see if one number was greater or less than another number. So that's exactly what we're doing, but we're doing it with decimals. Okay, so the first step that you will do is you will, one, determine benchmark numbers. What does that mean? Determine benchmark numbers. That means you're basically going to see which number am I going to start putting on the number line so I can compare the numbers. Okay, so which number am I going to start on the number line with which number I'm going to end? That's what is this. That's what the sentence determine benchmark numbers mean. Okay. Step 2. You are going to divide the number line. Divide the number line into tenths, because now in 5th grade we're doing all the way to the tenths, hundredths, right? Those numbers to the right of the decimal, hundredths, tenths, hundredths, or thousands, depending on what number you're trying to compare. Thousands, right there. And step 3, you're going to place decimals on the number line and compare. That is your step 3. So first step, you're going to determine what number you're going to start off on the number line into what number you will end. Second step, you're going to divide the number line into tens, hundreds, or thousands. And the third step, you're going to place decimals on the number line and compare. So that's our strategy for comparing decimals. So lesson before this was using the place value chart. Today's lesson will be the number line. You could choose which one is easier for you. So I'm teaching you different strategies, okay? So this is the second one. Okay, so we're going to have numbers again. I'm going to write them with 2 different colors so you could see the difference between one number and another. So our first number is 1 and 459 thousandths, because that's thousandths spot. The second number is 1 and 559 thousandths. And the third number is 1 and 495 thousandths. Okay? Okay, so what does this mean? This means that I have to look, when it says determine the benchmark number, I have to look, okay, with what number should I start my number line? Okay, so let's first build the number line right here. So you're going to make a number line right here. Use your blue line to make it straight as possible. Okay, use that blue line to make it as straight as possible. Okay, well, I see here that I have a 1 for my ones place on all 3 numbers. In my tens spot, I have a 4, a 5, and a 4. Okay, so I could say that I could start off using the 1 and 4/10, and I could go all the way up to 1 and 6/10, because this is 5, so a number over that. So I will start at 1 right here, 1 and 4/10, and I will end at 1 and 6/10. Since this is 5, one more. So 1 right here and 6/10. But you're like, but Miss Juarez, it says thousands. Okay, you could imagine those zeros there. So this 1 and 4/10 could be 1 and 40/10 or 1 and 400,000. It's the same thing. It could have a million zeros over here and it will not change its value over here. These zeros after the decimal are basically invisible zeros that you have on the number line. Okay? So this will be the same as 1 in 60,000s or 1 in 600, 1 in 60/100ths or 1 in 600,000s. Okay? Same thing. Okay, so when I start counting, I'm going to count just like a normal number line. So this will be 1 and 41/10, 1 and 42/100ths. See, like it's 41, 42. 1 and 43/100ths. 1 44/100ths. 1 45/100ths. So this is like the middle part. This will be 1 and 45/100ths. This big one right here. Okay, so I can erase up here. If I keep counting by ones, that will be 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, right? So 1 and 50/100ths. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. So this will be 1 and 55/100ths. 56, 57, 58, 59, and I have it here 1 and 60/100ths right here. Okay, this means that now I just find that each spot for each number, so I can compare them from greatest to least or least to greatest. Okay, so 1 in 459,000, that's 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. If it's 45, I know it's right here somewhere. 59, if I were to do one more, it will be 60. It's not over here. So it's actually 1 in 459,000 will actually be right here, because it's right before the 45 right here, before I actually do 46, since it's 1 in 46/100 is right here. So it will be right here. That will be my first digit. Okay, so I'm going to make a big line right here, meaning that it will be 1 in 459,000. The digit or the number 1 in 559,000. So I know this is 5. So here's my 5. 55, okay. Here's my 55, okay. So I keep going down here. Now, if I do one more, add it right here, so it could be 60, it will be 56. So here's 55. Here's 1 in 56,000. It's actually right before here again. Right before here. So I'm going to make my line right here, and it's 1 in 559,000. Okay, so that's 1, that's 2. The third number, 1 in 495,000. Okay, I have 1, that's 4, 49, that's 45, 50. Okay, here's 49. If I were to add one more here, it will be 50. So I know it's not here. It's almost here. So this number right here will be 1 in 495,000. thousandths. Third. Now I see which one's bigger, right? Okay, since now I want to see which number is bigger greatest to least, I will need to compare. Okay, so here I have 1 and 4/10. Here I have 1 and 6/10. Which one's bigger? 1 and 1 are the same, but is 4 or 6 bigger? Of course the 6, right? We know that. So we know that anything closer to the 4/10 is smaller, and everything closer to the 6/10 is greater. So if I'm comparing them from least to greatest, okay, this one that will be my first one will be the least because it's closer to 4. So I will write 1 and 459 thousandths is less than, right? Because it's less, the symbol for less, it's less than or smaller than, which one's my second number? This one, right? It's less than 1 and 495 thousandths. And 1 and 495 thousandths is less than, right here, 1 and 559 thousandths. So that is my order. Here's my greatest, second, least. Least to greatest. Least to greatest. Because it's getting closer to the 6 or the 6/10. Remember, the greater it is on the 10th spot, the greater the number is. 4 is less than 6. That's why the closer it is to the 6/10, it is greater. Now let's do it the opposite way. From greatest to least. This is from least to greatest. Least to greatest. Now let's do greatest to least. My greatest number is, of course, the one closer to the 6/10. So my greatest number now will be 1 and 559 thousandths. It's greater or bigger than 1 and 495 thousand. And that number, 1 and 495,000, is greater than this number, which is 1 and 459,000. Right? So you could use the strategy that we used on the previous lesson with your place value chart. If you like using this strategy like I did, comparing each number on the place value chart, perfectly fine. Or using the number line. If you like this one, perfectly fine. Either one strategy that you choose, whichever works for you. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. You're going to be working on some practice problems here in Schoology. So let me know.